funny, I almost did this piece last week with Hunter. Because I saw it on the thing, and I'm like, oh, let's do that one. But Sherb didn't want to lunge, we didn't do it. No, he didn't want to lunge. Some kind of Billy shit.
Some kind of bitch?
Sherb shit.
What's up guys, Drew from Misfit Athletics here. Today we're talking about MFT number 1620 workout of the day. 3 rounds, 100-foot overhead walking lunge with the dumbbell, regional standard, 1 dumbbell here, 1 dumbbell overhead, 10 bar muscle ups, 30 calorie row. So why am I still talking? We have an awesome opportunity here to talk about recreating that atmosphere that we used to have in regionals prep, maybe games prep, maybe it's open prep, but there's gonna be so many different opportunities throughout the year when you're trying to qualify for something, or once you've qualified like Austin has for Wadapalooza, the elite division, he's gonna be able to create in a random week in January, that same type of atmosphere. So what we've done, we've brought in Cody Mooney, he's gonna battle it out with Cody, we're just gonna turn it up a notch, let's see how it goes.
Halfway done that I wouldn't put him down.
Yeah, the 100-foot lunge was tough. It's tough mentally, like, so my right arm's my dominant. So like each time I picked up the first time, I knew I was gonna get 50 feet. If I didn't get that, I would have had to break a lot more. But mentally knowing like that was halfway, then I could just piece. Then I do like 35 feet of the next one on my left, and I go back to my right. And on my second and third round, I broke up my bar muscle ups, just knowing that like I'd be able to jump up quicker, knowing I was going, because I don't know if I could have done unbroken each time, but if I would have tried to, I think I would have rested a lot more. So I was like, I'll get a set in. So I did 6 and 4, and the row is steady till the last one I tried to push, but even then I was pretty gassed. It was good though. It was tough. It was definitely tough. Like the shoulder burn from the bar muscle ups to holding the dumbbell. Honestly, this one's even harder to hold. Like the one overhead feels better for me. This one right here is pretty stuck.
Yeah, I mean, it's when you're coaching an athlete to get ready for potentially their biggest competition of the year, you have to know them as an athlete, and it's not fun for Austin to hear, but proving to him that he's resilient, that he can do a workout like this and then rest and do another one and sort of take them one workout at a time and battle through. You know, I'm making this week, I'm pushing the limits of what's actually possible just to say you are capable of doing this, and then we'll taper back down and make sure the intensity goes, you know, through the roof with lower volume next week. But
so this is kind of his toughest week in the run up to Wodapalooza?
Yes, and I want it to be really tough, but then realize that you can, like, that's in the past, now we're moving on to this next thing, and then that's in the past, and then we're moving on to this next thing. And I think when you do that in your training throughout the course of a day, you can learn to do it in your training within an actual Metcon. So yeah, like maybe the mobility of those lunges really bothered him, but he knows he's resilient, so now he knows he can just run over, get those done, push a little bit harder on the row or that kind of thing. So there's a lot of messages kind of built into it. And it's important that if I ask that of him, that I'm around to help the process, to be there and say like yeah, you got your butt kicked a little bit, and that's good. That's what we're going for. That's what we're shooting for. So,
kicked my ass and squats and everything else. So it's tough for athletes. It's really tough for someone that doesn't experience that atmosphere until they get on the competition floor, and then they're just very like, what's going on. So even like this isn't anything close to the competition floor, but just us lining up next to each other and stuff like that, like we both know that we want each other to succeed, but we're gonna push each other, and just that is like a huge help for when you go out there and compete. Because it's and even like him right now, like him being able to shake, I'm sure that's not his last piece today. He's gonna have to shake it off, he's gonna do another one, and that's just what competition is. Like, you gotta be able to just erase the mind and go again.
The moral of the story here really is trying to create the right atmosphere, because there's 16 sanctioned events. Like, we have to be able to create this randomly with a random athlete, and your training partners might not be competing with you, but they still need to be there to help you. Your coach needs to be there, all that different stuff. So if you are getting ready for a sanctioned event, if you're getting ready for the Open, the games, I almost said regionals, those don't exist. Make sure you're creating the right atmosphere and having other people help you create the right atmosphere, because that's a skill as coaches and athletes and training partners we're all going to need to get better at with the new change. So.